It's disgusting how they manipulate the youth. This individual that we're going to talk about right now, I didn't say anything about him. I don't think I've said a thing about this fucking dude since he came about. And I've known of him for the entirety of the time. I'm going to give you an origin story right now that's so obscene that I seriously was just like, then I should be fucking dominating the planet if this is this motherfucker's origin story. Let's go ahead and take a look at this individual. If you don't know who this guy is, this all American looking boy here. Wait, so they be like breaking eggs to prove that actually beef from dinosaurs. Like, oh my god, no way. Oh, let's see, let's stop. So here's the thing: that individual, Chud the Builder, he's known for his antics of walking around on streets, pulling the FAFO in action. Fuck around, find out. Walking up to people, asking questions, and throwing the old N word out there, hard R, at black folks. Now, here's the origin to this situation. He was in his car or his truck. And by the way, that look that he has now only came about in the last couple of years. Because prior to that, he was just a little chunky boy who allegedly, from what what we're gonna see, like to get pegged by a chick with a dick, as she calls herself. All right. Actually, she calls herself a bitch with a dick. Yeah, yeah. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I said that shit. But here's the origin story. One day he's in his truck, he's driving. There's a black woman and her daughter in the car. She's taking her child to school. He says something to them and calls her the N word. Not even hard R, I don't think. But of course, the woman took offense to it. And what she did was what everybody was doing at that point in time. This guy just called me a nigga. And my daughter, my fucking elementary school daughter, he called her that while I'm driving her to school. And it went viral on Facebook of all places, I guess. And he got fired. Now there's an interview that was done with him with another streamer, a black streamer, who was asking him all the questions that he wanted to know, who can't stay, who like doesn't like the guy at all. But he was asking him, how did this come about? What made you decide that this is what you want to do? Walk around race baiting individuals, calling black people the hard R. And you know what he said? It was the day that he was in his truck, and he feels like he wants to take his anger out on all black people. Because he lost his job for his own fuck up, calling a young woman and her daughter, her younger daughter, out of their names. It was their fault that he got fired, not his actions that put him in the situation, but he wants to take it out on all black people. And so what does he do? He walks around calling people the hard R and everything else. Now, before I show you all this, game is the game. Yeah, when his cheeks getting clapped. Yeah, but Before I show you all this, I want you all to understand something real quick. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard when it comes down to having a reason to walk around spewing hate at a group, a ethnic group of people, using a word that you know is derogatory, but then trying to claim, well, it's just a word and I have freedom of speech. It's stupid. It's stupid to do, and it's even stupider to believe that your freedom of speech frees you from consequences or actions of other individuals. Not only that, but they're absolutely wrong when they say that freedom of speech allows that. So here's a quick civics lesson. Again, freedom of speech. Yo, you've been watching me for too long now, because you know I say that shit. You just took the words out of my mouth. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from an ass whooping. Freedom of speech, that clause, is against the government using speech that goes against them. I don't understand how people think that freedom of speech allows you to walk up to say anything to anyone at any point in time. If you were out with your girl, if you were out with your daughter,
And I know these niggas be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toe.
hey yo, deadlock, 48 months, my boy. 4 fucking years. Yo, hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This is fucking wild. Absolutely wild. That is damn. Wow. But it doesn't free you from catching the ass whooping. If you were out with your woman, your girl, your wife, what your side piece, whatever, somebody walked up and was like, this beep 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 beep. I'm not even gonna say, like, I could unload right now. If they were to say those things and there were other individuals around, even if no one else was around, but let's say others were watching from a distance, all right? If they were to do that, if they were to say those different things, you would probably knock their teeth out of their mouth, or at least attempt to, because they're being disrespectful. They're being beyond disrespectful. And you know that everyone that is watching in the background, whether you knew or not, they'd be like, if they heard the comments that were being made, they'd be like, oh yeah, they deserve that. A round of applause. A round of applause. But that guy has free speech. He can say whatever he wants about your girl, about your daughter, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your uncle, your auntie, your wife. It doesn't fucking matter. Supposedly, they have freedom of speech to do that. Nah, get the fuck out of here. Because here's something for you. For those of you that don't know, here's that little civics lesson I wanted to go ahead and give. Absolutely free of charge. Freedom of speech, again, is geared towards the government. When it comes to everyday citizens, let me explain this to you real quick. I had to go ahead and write this down because I want to get all the wording right for you and explain what it means. First off, there's fighting words. I think I've explained this before. I'm sure I've explained this before, but let me explain it to you one more again. Fighting words, speech that is likely to provoke an average person to retaliate and immediately breach the peace, is not protected. So your speech, when you were saying something to a normally average everyday individual, when you decided to go ahead and call his wife the words that you called her, his daughter, children, whoever, you took them out of character and you are not protected in that speech. You're not protected in that speech, nor are you protected in speech that actually causes civil unrest. So when you're walking around the street screaming this, N word that, to individuals that you know you're trying to incite a reaction out of, you are not protected. The other one is true threats. Statements meant to communicate a serious intent to commit an act of unlawful violence against a specific individual or a group are not protected. So, now, while you're walking around being a pussy ass bitch, calling individuals out of their names, calling them the hard R, pushing them to do or say things to you while saying, don't chimp out. I got this bear spray and this gun right here, and I'll blow your fucking brains out. Bruh, nothing you are doing, and any one of you individuals, you white individuals with the capital W, listen, let me make a I always have to put this disclaimer out there when I speak on these things because I know somebody wants to take it out of context. We all know I don't give a fuck what your ethnicity is. What I give a fuck about is if you're a bigot, a racist, a piece of shit. And you motherfuckers out there with that capital W, white folks, somehow think that you're superior, but however, you have this inferiority complex that forces you to go out to try and incite a motherfucker to whoop your ass. And the first thing you want to do then is when they do actually say something to you, even if they're not even angry at you, even if they're simply saying, why do you feel the need to say it? You turn around and say, oh, you're chimping out. I got this spray here and I got this gun here and I'll blow your fucking brains out. Now, after doing this for a long period of time, you are essentially creating a paper trail. All right. Let me read what chat said real quick before we get into these videos. Pussy ass boy, bad dude. Those are instant hands. They really are. They really are to some individuals. If someone walked up and said shit like that, I beat the fuck out of them. Plus, my fiance says hello. Tell her I said hello as well. Thank you guys for being on. I like the triple certain yes, like yes, those capital W people, them Nazi types, them Ku Klux planners, like those types. Here's the thing: we're gonna watch this video, and I'm telling you, I gave you the genesis of his arc, but it goes a little bit deeper. It goes a little bit deeper. Before we go anywhere else, this video has to be seen. I need you all to watch this and listen well.
I've always been Dalton, but I am a Chud.
Right. But you're not my Dalton. You used to come to my house. I fed you.
Yeah, you were cool as shit. I remember you. I don't remember you that.
Okay, this woman in this car, while you can't really tell, is a black woman. In fact, she calls herself bitch with a dick. I listen, it just is what it is. He's being real cool to her right now. He's not having any of those moments of, oh, you're not gonna chimp out on me or nothing like that. She said, you used to come to my house and I used to feed you. This story is wild.
Much, but I do remember I know you. See, we got roots.
You're following Liver King. You used to sell me weed. I fed you before.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
But I healed your stomach by teaching you how to eat real food.
Yes, yes. So that's
What was your
why
name again?
I'm Lana, but that's
Lana.
why I'm confused. What happened to you? Because you're not racist. I know that. I fed you. I have not.
You're not racist. I know you. I fed you. Here's the thing. I'm tired of seeing people make excuses for individuals like this. Black folks make excuses for individuals like this. White folks, Hispanic folks, Asian folks, people who are Asian and Haitian, Asian and black, and maybe even a little bit of Hispanic sneako. I'm tired of seeing people make excuses for motherfuckers like this. When you go down this route and you do what you're doing, you are racist. You just are. I don't care if you were doing it for clout. I don't care if you were doing it just for the money, which he wasn't making that great of money for. In fact, he got kicked from Kick of all places. And that's the place that actually fucking helped his community grow. So fuck them and fuck Aiden Ross too. People making excuses for this motherfucker and individuals like him, you're fucking clowns just the same.
Not fucked Dalton since like 2015.
Wait, what? Say that again, ma'am?
Dalton since like 20.
Wait.
Because you're not racist. I know that. I bet you.
I have not fucked Dalton since like 2015.
Now, what you might have seen on the screen blurred down there, and thankfully they blurred it because I forgot that that was shown. It was a BBC. It was the BBC 38,000. The Drill Meister, the Kang Dangalang, the meat master. Like seriously, that's what she was dangling around down there.
What's up, y'all? Lily Venus here, pretty bitch with a big dick. It's literally in my bio. I'm only bringing this up because Chud the Builder's cameraman put our conversation on Broadway on YouTube. Now millions of people know what I look like fresh off work. Fucking great. But in the caption it said that black woman who used to smoke mid and get raw dogged by Chud the Builder.
So the reason she's putting this out, and I'm gonna tell y'all something too, like she not lying. This woman is not lying. The conversation they had, the cameraman decided to try and, adjust what was said out there in order to make Chud look better because his community was breaking down on him as they realized, oh, you were fucking a Negro? A Negro? What are you doing? Back in the day, smoked mid with her, used to sell her weed. She used to feed him and fuck him. But that was the thing. He said he was fucking her. But let me tell y'all something. This is one of them shawties you don't get to fuck. They don't do penetration. They are the penetrator. You are the bender. All right? She is the bendee. She is bending your ass over and drilling out your guts from your butts. All right? That's just what it is. That's the type of individual this is. And if y'all don't believe that they exist, they actually do. That is where a lot of the what are the dominatrixes and things like that. It's where they come from. That's the ideal behind them. They have a power trip over, the men. The men, a lot of them, they give up the power. They are submissive. They are feminine. They're a lot of things. Most of all, they're fucking homosexual. And I'm not saying that to say that it's a bad thing. But when you put yourself out there like this individual who's a Christian conservative man, the last thing you want coming out is something like this.
Well, he's not lying. I already told y'all we used to smoke. He used to sell me weed. And we did raw dog. A lot. Me, him, and my ex-wife. I am a professional pegger. It is no secret that I perform prostate massages, if you will, for men. I've been doing it for a very long time now. Most of my clientele is white men. We sign NDA agreements. I talk about me pegging all the time, but I never tell you names because discretion is key. Confidentiality is why my client list is so long. But Chud mentioned it first. I think that he said it the way he said it because the white supremacists were probably like, ew, used to hang out with a black girl.
Oh, he said no curse. All right. You get 3 minutes of me no cursing. My bad.
Shame on you. So you had to make it sound good. But see, here's the thing. I I'm an egregore too. Lily Venus, hi. Hail the great mother. So
All right, listen. She went into crazy territory, but this is actually something that he used to do as well. There's a picture of him floating around. I didn't go to research anything. Floating around in a little butterfly fairy outfit, like for real, for real. And this was his ideals matched hers at this point as well. The ideal behind, and if you don't understand what that is, the great mother, so on and so that is essentially it is witchcraft, Wiccan, not witchcraft, Wiccan. All right, ideals of Wiccan. This is what he was also into. All right, but hey, clout and money, it'll make you change up real quick. Now I'm all American with this crazy mustache, and I wear a good old Stetson, walking around calling black folk the N word. All right.
I am all about enlightenment, controversy, occultism, witchcraft, and of course, love. So me talking about this is what my brand is about. Let's expose it, bro. So yes, pretty bitch with
Please don't show it. Please don't show it. Please don't show it. Oh my goodness. Please don't show it.
a big dick.
Okay, they blurred it.
I have not fucked Dalton since like 2015. He was a little chubbier then. His cheeks used to clap in such like the cutest way.
I need to. Hey, yo, listen. Hey, yo, that's wild. That is wild. Yo, she had him. His cheeks used to clap. Hey, yo, listen. Sometimes when you listen on everything. Oh, oh, I'm gonna die right now on everything. I always, I homegirls, I tell her, hey, yo, girl, come here. I know exactly what when a girl got that. I've explained the tuck to y'all before. Sometimes it's just that movement of that is wild for her to be saying about this dude. I'm dying right now. This is crazy.
Now Chud, he doesn't even have a little chubby butt no more, so I probably wouldn't fuck him again. But I'm wondering, did you bring that up because you want to spin the block? Now, when I first fucked him, he was a virgin, and I'm having a hunch that he probably hasn't been fucked since me and my ex-wife. We can start small, buddy. I got.
Okay. Listen, I think y'all get the idea here. So yeah, this is who we're talking about. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This is where the crash out. This is where the crash out really began. Y'all couldn't even see the screen. I'm angry. No one said it in the chat. Ah, can't. Oh, you did say it. Yeah, my bad. Listen. I'm so angry. But look, yeah, this is all it was. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I honestly didn't show the screen to some extent. He said I did say it twice. Maybe I'm a little glad I didn't show the screen because of what she put on the screen. But yeah, this whole incident started while she was out in her car. They start talking. He talks to her, and all she said is, I never would have said a word if his cameraman wouldn't have lied about what was actually going on in that situation.
Now, with that being said, why do I peg? Because it's a hustle and it helps me get through college. I'm still in college, but now I don't have a choice. I will forever be a top because I had a surgery 3 years ago. The doctor fucked up and chopped my coochie off, and that's just that on that.
So Chud,
And that was TMI. I'm just going to say, the doctor chopped my coochie off. Just, whoa, that was unexpected. That was, well, well, listen, listen. Let me mute and block this individual here. Blocked. I'm lost. Who the hell are we talking about? And Wiccan is considered white magic. Well, no, no, no. There's still Wiccan that has some dark magic elements to it as well. They have their beliefs in like that whole good and evil situation. And who we're talking about is this individual, Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, who is a racist POS who like we're gonna go farther into the story right now. I got a challenge for you. I forgot to start DMC season 2. DMC. Oh, wait, what? DMC. What's Lana backwards? That is correct. And here's the thing, I'm willing to bet that that's like, I don't think that's her real name. I think that's she chose that for a reason. I'm just saying. Ironic name. I'm just saying. I think she actually chose that name and for that reason. Uh let's see. Twilight Devil May Cry. He's okay, okay. I thought it meant oh, I was thinking of the game. I forgot the new season, the new anime season popped off. All right, so here's the thing. Along with that, along with that incident happening, with him being called out for this, he was then arrested, and he was arrested at a restaurant, a steakhouse. He was arrested because this idiot, after they were told that they had to leave, the manager told him to leave, the staff didn't want him there, and it was because of his racist antics. They told him, get out. He got arrested because he decided that he wasn't going to pay the bill since he was getting kicked out. Well, sir, I hate to tell you, you still have to pay that bill. Because otherwise, what you're doing is dining and dashing. And at a steakhouse where you spent over $300, they're not taking it easy about that. He was arrested that night for that and was released. Now, something happened in between the Lana anal situation and the arrest at the steakhouse. He went to a gas station, and said gas station had an individual, a black man, who was outside pumping his gas, trying to mind his business. And old Dalton, Chud the Builder, did what he does best. Walked up on him, started talking that BS that he always talks. And here's the crazy thing about it. You are the aggressor in every one of those situations. You are walking up to people, doing something that you know is wrong, and then threatening them. So this guy, I guess he went into his truck, like it started in the gas station, and he comes out, and the guy had gone into his truck. At this point, you would think you'd be smart enough. Okay, this man made it out to his truck before I even got back, got back to him. Maybe I should walk away because he's holding his hand behind his back. Now, while you might have a gun too, you've been aggressive towards this individual, and now they're being aggressive towards you. Come to find out, it wasn't a gun. He had a drill, but he slapped the phone out of Dalton's hand, out of old Chud the Builder. Slapped his phone out of his hand and probably slapped him in his face too. And another brother had actually pulled up and was telling him, hey, this is the problem. You need to stop doing this. And he started calling him the N word, chimping out, everything else. And the brother told him, he goes, listen, you carry, but I carry too. My gun is right here on me legally. Oh, guess what happened next? I got to call the police because then cars started pulling up and it looked like he might have ended up getting boxed in. But here's where fuck around, find out actually comes into play. You've been fucking around all this time, and now you got somebody who legally has a handgun in front of you. Another individual just slapped the phone out of your fucking hands and slapped you in the face. You're starting to find out these antics, they're not gonna work well. And what I would have preferred, and this shows you just how much of a pussy he really was. See, there's levels to this fuck around find out game. We all remember the graph, the fuck around find out graph. See, he was fucking around with people who were just out trying to live their day-to-day life, going up to individuals who looked much smaller than him, going up to a guy who was streaming and his group of friends who intelligent brothers just out there enjoying a day at a park in front of a museum, and now you have this racist piece of shit calling you the N-word, saying you're chimping out while you're just doing nothing. You ask him questions and he just gets louder and louder and louder. And I hate individuals that do that. And I would love to debate someone like Sneeko, who's a fucking moron, just to prove the point that the just because you're the loudest one doesn't mean that you're right. This guy was out here messing with people who were living their everyday lives. What I never saw him do was go to places where people have the same fuck around, find out mentality as him. I would have loved to see him go down into South Chicago, the Wild Wild Hundreds. Go to places like that. Go to areas like that. Go to areas where used to be called Cabrini Green in Illinois. Go to Arizona, North Side, North Hill, different places like that. Call them people the hard R. Your fuck around and find out level will not only get matched, but surpassed. And he knew that was the case. He knew that was the case. Especially when some states that have open carry. Exactly. When I've seen some African Americans carry M40, M4A1 and the AK-47. Go to Compton, motherfucker. Exactly. Where was it? Was it Compton that Lil Justin Bieber, when he was trying to drive through, they checked him, made him check in, and said, "Hey, sing for us." Go there, pull that, pull it there. I don't know. It seems like the fuck around, find out levels that you're playing with here. You're messing with people who are just out there trying to, live their life. But see, if you go and fuck around in those areas, you're gonna find people who fuck around just the same, or if not on a higher level than you, and don't care what the find out outcome is. But just imagine, he had this incident with being put on blast for getting pegged. He then gets arrested. Oh, I'm sorry. He then gets slapped in the face, his phone slapped out of his hand for messing with somebody that he shouldn't have been messing with, gets called out by a brother that's there with a strap legally, just like him. He calls the cops, and you know what the cops tell him? It doesn't seem very smart that you're out here doing something like this. These people are minding their own business, but it seems like you're trying to incite. And what does he say? Well, it's freedom of speech. You gonna fight me on that? Because obviously the cops didn't know. They could have just locked his ass up right then and there for actually inciting or disturbing the civil peace, for civil unrest. They could have done so, but they didn't. Next thing that happens, what does this motherfucker do? After that, he goes and gets arrested at the steakhouse. So now, after all of these things have happened, you have to realize now he has to be feeling some kind of way. His community's turning against him. He got put out on blast. His whole Christian, his old strong man, conservative Christian image is out the window. And this is where it comes to a fucking head. I could not find the video itself, but I think it is in one of these news videos. I want to say maybe it's right here. Okay. All right, let's just go ahead and let this play. I don't know which one I should use. 1 minute, 30 seconds. No, probably not that one. Well, that'll be our last one, but we'll go with this one right here.
を醸しているクラークスビル
Nigga, what? There you go, for the people in the back. All right, here we go. Now let's switch it over.
A controversial Clarksville online video streamer is now facing an attempted murder charge. It's the result of a fight outside the Montgomery County Courthouse that ended in gunfire.
Wow.
Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. Authorities say Dalton Etherly, also known as Chud the Builder, and another man were both shot during this exchange.
Now, let me explain something before they even say it. Here's the thing. The other man almost choked to death because the shit was funny and I was trying to hold in a laugh. The other man didn't shoot him. This Chud pulled a Cheddar Bob. Anybody know that reference? Before I go any farther, who in chat knows that Cheddar Bob reference? He shot himself. But let's go ahead and let this play out.
News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry has more on the investigation.
Controversial streamer Dalton Etherly, known online as Chud the Builder, is accused of shooting a man outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. The sheriff's office says both Etherly and another man were taken to the hospital for medical treatment. After the shooting, Etherly appeared to keep live streaming for several minutes. In the video, Etherly can be heard saying, quote, "Man, I just pray that dude is going to be all right. I tried to walk away from him."
Which is a fucking lie. Listen, please, I hope they show this because otherwise I'm going to have to go into detailed description of how it all breaks down. But let's see if they show it.
Court records show Etherly was scheduled for a civil debt appearance that morning in Montgomery County. In Etherly's stream, he claimed the incident started after a man laughed at him. Etherly claims he walked away after interacting with the man. The man followed him, and a fight broke out. That's when Etherly drew his weapon. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is pursuing charges against Etherly for criminal attempted murder, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Etherly is also facing a separate criminal case in Nashville. He's accused of refusing to pay a $400 bill to Bob's Steak and Chop House downtown and screaming racial slurs. Etherly has over 226,000 followers.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. You didn't even do what you were supposed to do. You all should have used the video that came out. I am so angry with this. This is the problem with the news media. They never fucking do things the right way. They always want to put this, but here's the thing about him. No, bitch. Let's get to the bottom of what this really is about. All right, so the video's not here, so I'm going to have to explain it to y'all right now. This motherfucker snitched on himself the whole time, too, by the way. Is it in this one before I... No. I cannot find this video anywhere on YouTube. But here's how it breaks down real quick. This dude comes out of the courthouse. Black folks out and about doing their thing. Whether they came from the courthouse or not is unknown. What is known is that, well, from what he said, they were laughing at him. Now, there are two videos out there, one of which I don't know why it cannot be found on. I think it's being used as evidence and it's just not online. But the second one shows the tail end. In that said first video, and the individuals who talked to these people, they were like, no. He did what he normally does. He walked up and started talking to them because they were laughing, because they recognized who it was, because they didn't want to fucking deal with this individual. And here's something very important that news thing that we just watched left out. The individual told him, hey, I have PTSD. Get the fuck away from me. Don't start with that old chimping out shit. I'm not trying to hear it. But if you know anything about old Dalton Etherly, Chud the Builder, he feeds off of that. And so he put himself in the middle of these individuals, kept calling the dude all the shit that he likes to say. And then this is where the video, because the women who recorded, they were inside their house or something like, sound like a group of young girls, but they saw something happen outside, so they started recording. And so all you see is after the dude slapped the taste out of his mouth or whatever, this is where it gets crazy. All right. He slaps him. The guy obviously gets shot at that point in time. Somewhere in that, well, in the, and here's the other thing they didn't play in that. She didn't say all the things that Chud the Builder said happened in that news article, which is very fucking important because he claimed that after shooting the guy kept coming after him and was beating him up. But in the video, you clearly see the opposite. He shot the guy and then jumped on and attacked the guy on the ground that he had just shot. Somewhere in that interaction, he shot himself in the arm. Now, listen, I don't know how dumb you have to be to shoot yourself in the arm. I don't know how many of you have actually used guns out there who have had any gun training or anything else like that. But this nigga shot himself in the arm. That is wild to me. Nothing he did was self defense. He started a situation, got slapped, and then used excessive force, which is against the law because he shot someone who hit him. He was not in imminent danger. That other individual and the people surrounding him were actually in imminent danger with this fucking moron walking around with a gun, screaming racist epithets, wanting to start an incident. Hey, yo, Teflon, yo, thanks for the 200 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my boy. Listen, this guy did all of this. He started all of it. He wanted an incident to arise, and now he's facing attempted murder charges. Let me explain something one more again to y'all who didn't hear this in the back of the class, but you cannot shoot someone because they slapped the taste out of your mouth, especially after you started the incident. It is called equal force. And then to go beyond, after you shoot the individual, you jump on them and you start beating them while they are down after you shot them. You're then creating a revenge situation. But here's the craziest thing about this. Prior to him actually doing this, he actually put a statement on Twitter, the cum dump of the internet, where he said, I'm paraphrasing here, but this is what it was. The end sequence is a dead chimp on the ground and all of y'all chimping out when I walk free. So the end result of his actions is someone being shot and killed, him going to court, walking free, and black folks rioting and chimping out, as he says, because he walks free. Now, I hate to say this. Actually, no, I don't, because it's just true and it's fact. That sounds like fucking premeditation to what he did the next day or 2 days later. All except he didn't kill the guy. The guy ended up in the hospital. The ex vet, the veteran with PTSD that he shot, ended up in the hospital. The man who is diagnosed with PTSD, who asked him not to do the very thing he did because it would trigger his fucking PTSD. The guy was so bad with PTSD that when he heard knocks, He was in go mode. If you don't know what true fucking PTSD is, and I know a lot of people like to use it as a crutch in in their lives because they have such a hard life, there's true PTSD, and that shit is not nice at all. But this guy was warned. Chud was warned. But that's the action that he took. And now here's the current end result. I got to give you the current end result. We all know what was said, but here you go.
Good morning, Mr. Etherly. Good morning. Mr. Etherly's on bond apparently on several other matters when this matter was.
He's on bond in 2 other cases, by the way. You motherfuckers are not going to tell me capital W white privilege is not a real thing. You're on bond for 2 other criminal actions? Bond is revoked, but he's actually at a bail hearing right now.
Allegedly committed. I'm looking at an A and really a super D, a C, really 3 C's and an A really for tracking kind of purposes. It's pretty serious.
Your Honor mentioned criminal homicide. I thought that was attempted.
I said, did I say homicide? I meant to say attempted criminal homicide if I didn't.
Okay,
I
understood.
thought I did, but that's still an A felony.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a bail
I'm
hearing.
gonna set just a bond right now after we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at 1.25 million, based
Oh, that
on the
nigga was
fact of
about
how
to
many
cry.
people.
Oh. Speaking of that nigga was about to cry, hydrate. Thank you so much, because I actually do need water. I do need water. Speaking of that, yeah. There was one more incident that actually happened leading up to this. By the way, this is the individual who talks trash about black folks because baby mama drama and all this other things. He has a baby mama. He has a baby mama. And she notified him that she was changing their son's last name so that no one knew that he was the father. All of this led up to that incident. All of it. Now he's sitting with a 1.25 mil. Yeah.
We're in the courtyard. We're here at the courthouse, and the seriousness of all these felonies and his bond status.
Now, to me, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way he should have actually received bond. Should not. You're already on 2, maybe 3 other charges, serious charges, felonies at that. And you did this at the courthouse? Nigga, what? It is absolutely obscene. Because I'll tell you right now, let this have been a brother standing in that position right there, bond is absolutely denied. And you can get mad about me saying that all you want to, but it is actually the truth. Quick question. What gave me? I'll tell you in a second. Let me get these final thoughts out of here. Lower the volume when the vid is on and raise when you speak. Okay, thank you. Well, here's the thing. I'm at max. I'm telling you, it's this headphones or this mic. But all of this, all of this was unnecessary. His whole history online is unnecessary, to be honest about it. He wasn't really making any fucking money from it. Now, of course, all the racists are backing him up, trying to, get him that money because he's gonna need 10%. If he's at 1.25, it's gonna be like 125, bands, 125 racks. And also, he gonna need a defense. He gonna need a good defense lawyer. So all the races are, finally giving to his GoFundMe that had no money going to it for the longest period of time. But that's what grouping up for hatred will actually do for you. At the end of the day, this should have and could have worked a lot differently. It could have been him shot dead for doing this silly shit, for doing this ignorant shit, for doing this shit that makes him look like the very thing that he wants to call others. Because that word has a definition to it. But the way that it's used by white folks with the capital W, they're going out telling black people that they are inferior to them, that they are owned by them. There's a drastic and vast history behind that word. And for those of you that say words don't matter, you are fucking fool. That is the one thing you are taught as a child. It's the thing you're taught in school. It's the thing you're taught in the business world. Words matter. If words don't matter, I'm going to tell you something right now. Your whole identity as a Christian is bullshit. Your whole idea as a conservative Christian is bullshit because that book is nothing but words. And where a lot of you might say, well, it's the word of God. No, it's not. It's an interpretation of words that supposedly came from the Son of God or his followers, men and women who were fallible human beings, just like you. And the interpreters were much more fallible because those words kept them in power and gave them fame. So if you don't believe that words have meaning, who almost said the most outlandish shit in the world right now. Ooh, ooh, I had to catch myself because it was about to just roll off. But I'm gonna let that one pass by. If you don't believe words have meaning, just know that your life has no fucking meaning. The idea of hope is null and void. The idea of faith in Christianity is ridiculous and stupid. And some people believe that without even having to make the whole, point of words having, no meaning or whatever. But at the end of the day, what I do want to know is how you all feel about this. If you're watching this later on, to most of you that have already said something in chat, I'm gonna go through the chats right now. And yeah, if y'all have anything else to say, feel free to say. But to me, this could have ended much more tragically. And I'm glad that the individual who was shot at this point has survived. And I'm glad that this idiot who shot himself is alive, even though to me, he doesn't deserve to be. Not that I condone violence, but he doesn't deserve to be. And he shot himself, which just blows my fucking mind. But I'm glad he's alive because I hope, even though it's a high possibility that he might get away with this, I hope that he sits in fucking jail and rots. Because from what's understood, he could be facing up to 50 some odd fucking years in prison. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I got to say about that whole situation. Okay, instead of just saying white folks with a capital W, say what they truly are, neo-Nazis and supremacists. Yeah, that's what they are. That's exactly what they are. Uh, let's see. I missed so much, chat. I'm sorry. So the man shot himself. Man really did pull a chatter. Yeah, he did. He did. Straight up. Okay, I did read all of that. Compton. Yep. Okay. We're good. We're caught up. So